I'm going to quickly take you through how to set up a secure Google Meet for your students. So the first step is you are going to need a place to share the information for your Google Meet with students. Since many teachers are using Canvas, I have pulled up Canvas as an example. I am going to show you how to add it to a module. Now what I'm about to show you, if you use Pages, you can absolutely just insert these links and this information on a Canvas page. So I am going to select within my module the plus sign, and I am going to add an external tool. I'm going to type the URL, which is meet.google.com, and I am going to name this page Google Meet link for Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. I am going to be able to use this same link in this same module where I am linking it for every meet that I have throughout the semester or even the school year. So the next thing I need to do is I need to think of what's going to be called a nickname in Google Meet. You need to think of any word or phrase that you might like as a nickname for your meet. It must be unique within the district. So for example, you would not choose Block A because there are many teachers in the district who may choose Block A. So instead, you can make it more specific. I am going to also include in this, just so they have it, to join type, and I am going to name mine Data Block A. This is what they will enter in order to enter that Google Meet. I like to select to load in a new tab, and I am going to add the item. Now you can see that I have the Google Meet link for Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. to join type Data Block A. When I click on this, again, you can do it from Pages or wherever you would like. I'm going to select this, and I am going to be taken to this page that says Join or Start a Meeting. So students and the teacher will follow these same steps to actually join the meeting. I'm going to select this Join or Start a Meeting, and I am going to enter the same code that I gave the students, Data Block A. When I press Continue, it is going to join the meet. Now sometimes there's an extra button that pops up here that says Join Now, as you can see here. Lately I have noticed that this goes directly into the call, so you may not have to press Join Now. But if you do, I am going to select Join Now. Now I have already joined this meeting, and so on my other device, and so you see that my picture is in here multiple times. But you will see each student's face, different face, in each of these blocks. Across the bottom bar, I have a button to turn off the microphone. This is to turn off my microphone so that other students cannot hear me. The center button is to leave the call. This is for you to hang up. It's important to note that just because you leave the call, it does not mean that it will kick out all students automatically. You are going to have to be the last person to leave this call, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So there is the leave call button, then turn off camera. So if you want to turn off the video for yourself so students cannot see your face, or you want students to turn it off for themselves, this is where they do that. Same thing for that microphone button. If you want to have your students mute themselves, this bottom bar is where they will do that. You have an option to turn on captions, which you likely will not need, and then you have Present Now. To present now, when I select this, I have options for what I want to present. I am going to select to present my entire screen, and when that comes up, it asks me which display I want to use, because sometimes you have multiple screens. You have to select the screen that you want to share, notice the blue box around the side, and then press Share. I will see that in my presentation it tells me that I am now presenting. So I can see that. And when I am ready to stop presenting, I will press Stop Presenting. Now, on my screen right now, I cannot see what I am presenting, but students can see exactly what is on my screen. I can still see my students listed here on the right. When I'm finished sharing, I can press Stop Presenting. And now I have stopped presenting my screen. Students actually are currently able to share their screen. One student at a time would be able to share their screen. These three dots give us more options. When I select more options, I may choose to record my meeting. When I record my meeting, a note will just pop up on the screen telling me to make sure that I have consent of everyone being recorded, and then once I select consent, it will start recording the video, and when it is finished, it will go directly to my Google Drive. In Google Drive, I have a Google Meets folder, and that is where all the video recordings go. The next option that I have is Change Layout. So I can choose to have everyone here on the sidebar. Now, it won't show every student if you have a large class. You can change the layout to Spotlight. So that means just the person who is speaking, their picture will be shown here on the screen. What you will likely want to use is Tiled. In this way, you can see up to 12 students at once, and you'll be able to scroll through. The next thing that I want to show you is with settings. If you find that you are having a problem with your video or camera settings, then this is where you can come to make sure that you have the correct microphone and speakers, as well as the correct video camera. And we select Done. Now, on mine, typically, I can see an option that I'm not seeing right now, and that option says Switch Camera. So in that case, I can switch to another camera. Say I have a document camera that I want to switch to. So I can switch to that. Now, the next thing to point out is up here at the top, where it has the silhouettes of the people, and it said 6. I can see all 6 people who are present in this meeting. If I click the 3 dots beside the name, if I click the arrow that drops down beside the name of the person, I can either pin them to my screen, so that's the face that I see. I can mute someone who is not muted, and then I can also remove someone from a meeting. So when I select those things, that will mute them or that will remove them from the meeting. My other screens are currently muted. In addition, I have the chat feature. So with chat, I can send messages to the students, and students can send messages to me. So that is a brief overview of how to get started with your Google Meet. Make sure that you also check out the handout that I included in the email for Google Meet Help Guide that has step-by-step instructions for how to do these same things.